Right. Um,
Okay. Oh, so day three join তো মিউট কর তোকে মিউট করলাম ওকে
okay, okay, okay.
तो आज दो टॉपिक कवर करेंगे ठीक है मैं हिंदी में कंटिन्यू कर रहा हूँ दो टॉपिक कवर करेंगे एक है कि रीजन फॉर प्रोजेक्ट फेलियर्स और एक है एजाइल का 4P जो मतलब जितने भी सेशन हुआ दो सेशन में सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट एजाइल 4P ठीक है और लास्ट जो टॉपिक हम लोग कवर किए थे वो आयरन ट्रायंगल ठीक है नॉर्मल प्रोजेक्ट के लिए तो एजाइल में कैसे करके वो आयरन ट्रायंगल दूसरा तरीके से होता है उसको लेके कंक्लूड करेंगे ठीक है तो 3 मेजर रीजन है कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट फेल होने के लिए ओके इंग्लिश और बंगाली ओके देन इंग्लिश देन आई एम शिफ्टिंग टू इंग्लिश परफेक्ट देन so the major reason behind the project failures that is 3 reasons okay the client don't know what they want obviously lots of time we saw like they are giving some requirement then suddenly things are actually going to change because they don't know what they actually want correct second communication between business and development means there is very nominal communication in a traditional project management. It's happened like client first time given the requirement, then project team is developing those things, but there is a huge gap because no one is communicating properly like what is going on. Okay, so these 2 reasons. Third, too many changes in requirement obviously means if client don't know what they want correct and there is a big communication gap as we saw so obviously like too many changes will be there we all know we discussed about our main 2 session continuously so this is the 3 reason for any project failures client don't know their requirement too many changes in requirement and communication gap okay so what we actually discussed last day we discussed about traditional project management how actually goes on and we saw those iron triangle and so on correct so we discussed about multiple reasons why project failure but the main 3 reasons today we covered that is client don't know what they want business and development team communication gap and too many changes in requirement now business means client business means your for a product based company business means your current sales and marketing team as well or your support team as well because development team or project team they are developing few softwares now when they are starting planning for go-to-market strategy that is called GTM okay means how they want to sell what kind of market or domain they need to target what will be their audience like all sort of stuff like normal marketing digital marketing any sort of stuff but as they don't know what development or project team implemented obviously so there will be gap okay so let's move on so today what we will in our roadmap what we will going to start fast time that is agile we already converted all the traditional project management stuffs now we will going to start the agile so this is a few picks okay like previously how each and everyone is doing their sprint meeting goal setting mission vision everything through agile okay that is totally face to face, and there is a norms also that multiple people don't follow, but there is a norms for sprint meeting. That sprint meeting, it's called daily stand-up meeting. Okay, stand-up meeting means no one will going to sit. You can see this guy is like laying like anything, correct? So it's called stand-up meeting, like 10 to 15 minutes, everybody will stand, everybody will discuss in a total focus manner, and daily sprint meeting is done. So that we will continue when we will deep dive like each and every phase of agile that we will check. This is very important manifesto for agile software development. Okay, the biggest part is the middle one. Okay, individuals and interaction over processes and tools. No matter if you are going to do traditional project management for SDLC or something else, or if you are implementing PMP as well, correct, project management. So that one also, they all discuss about process and tools, but agile basically discussing about individual and interactions. Clear? Second, working software over comprehensive documentation. Means we discussed in traditional project management multiple pages of documentation we are creating, but software is not working. So who will going to love that product? No one, correct? So we believe on the working software. So agile also believe on working software. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Means suppose there is a contract, okay? You are developing a product or any sort of project. So over there, you created an agreement or contract, like within 6 months, you will going to deliver this project. Those things will be there. Those backlog you will going to cover. Those feature will going to develop. But ultimately, there is a no collaboration with your customer. That one time that contract is created, you negotiated with your client and done. But Agile is saying customer collaboration is the main thing over contract negotiation. We have to involve our customer, that we will check. Okay. Fourth, responding to change over following a plan. That we all know. Agile believes on continuous improvement. Remember, we first day discussed continuous improvement. So this is the thing, responding to change over the following a plan. Whatever the thing is there in plan, only those things we will going to develop, else we will not going to develop those things for traditional project management. If customer collaboration is there, if your software is not working, if you regularly interacting with those individuals from your customer side, and if they are not satisfied, so obviously your software will not going to run. So responding to change. So these 4 points is very vital and it's called manifesto for agile software development. I hope up to this clear. Can you just unmute and say yes?
Yes, bros.
Okay. Kunal, clear?
Sir, bolchi individuals and interactions over process and tools. Eta bujhte parini.
Okay. So what happened to now means every other project management processes like PMP, Prince2. Okay. So those are very defined processes that is there in the market, but they all talk about the processes and tools. Like what are those processes we need to follow? What are those tools we need to follow? But they never actually said in their processes like, yes, go and discuss face to face with those individual. Individual means your stakeholders. Interact, face to face interact with them. So every processes actually follow the documentation and tools. But Agile is saying, whatever the thing you need to do, but focused on your client, discuss with them, interact with them. Clear? Okay. Sure. Let's move on. So what are those things? So this is basic things of Agile. Mindset, values, principle, practices. And any point of time, any changes can come. So slowly, we will discuss about what is Agile mindset. We will discuss about Agile values. We will discuss about Agile principles. We will discuss about Agile practices. So today, these 4 things we will going to cover. Okay, so let's start with the mindset. What is Agile mindset? See setbacks and learning opportunities. Okay, no matter how much domain knowledge you have, okay, when your client or customer giving you the requirement, try to learn something new as an opportunity. Means don't, bound your mind like you know about this. Maybe you know that's a really good part, but always open to learn something new. Okay, because you are not the SME. That's not possible for every project manager or scrum master. Correct? Last day we discussed, if you remember, like if you have a domain knowledge, correct? So being a scrum master or project manager, your opportunity is high. That's true. But again, you are not managing the business. So for that business, clients and your customer is there. They are managing. So be open to grab their learning, what they are trying to say. Okay. So this is one Agile mindset. Then adopt iteration, collaboration, and change. That we just discussed. Iteration means each and every sprint, slowly in a small duration. That is iteration. Collaboration means individual and interaction, that you have to collaborate. And change, obviously, Agile, we know we have to be open for change because we want a working software rather than just a documentation. And focus on delivering value. As we just said, working software means you are giving some value to your customer. If customer is not loving that product, if customer is not using that product, then there is a no value what you are creating. So this is very simple. We multiple times discussed in these 3 days. Same point is coming like a values. Remember, we discussed mindset, values, principle, and practices. So again, individual and interaction over processes and tools. Okay. Working product over comprehensive documentation. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Responding to change over following a plan. This is the manifesto. This is the value of Agile. So anyone having any doubt over this 4 points, because this is very, very vital. If you don't know, don't believe in this manifesto or values, no matter how much good you learned about the Agile, again and again people will going to fail. So this 4 point is clear from everyone?
Yes, boss.
Sesta, clear?
Maybe
Okay.
she's traveling.
Yeah. Okay, fine, no issue. Let's move on. So see, this is what happened with traditional and refined, and why Agile is successful. In normal traditional project, we saw like we started that point of time only we discussed, like we are creating the documentation, we are planning each and everything towards that vision. Correct? Remember we discussed? So you reached to the initial vision, that is really good with traditional thing. But the problem is, have you given any value addition? So maximum answer is no. Why? Because vision is okay, not an issue. But if customer is want something that you are not delivering, obviously your customer will not going to use. So time to time, through Agile, if you are just refined our vision, so the value what you are giving to your customer, that will be like huge. Okay, and this ups and down, what you can see, this is you can call as a sprint. Okay, that's not an issue. Means when it's going up, so that's when you are delivering. When it's going down, correct? So that's when any CR came or some backlogs are there that you have to clear. Then again you are going up. Then again you some small CR came over here. Okay. Then ultimately you are delivering everything. And what happened? Before the traditional project went to complete, through Agile, your project is completed with collaboration, with a working software, and you are giving a value. So again, let's come over here. Individual interaction that you are doing, obviously that's why changes are coming. Working product that you are delivering, so that's why the value is there. Customer collaboration is there. Continuously they are giving the feedback and responding to the change, means what customer is saying that only you are delivering. Correct? This is not something like all customers are dumb. Obviously not, because you are building your product or project for your customer only. So based on their feedback, we have to prioritize those product backlog. Then in a sprint, we are implementing. So what's the PET? So PET is benefits of continuous feedback and learning, and same point of time, cost of rework. So what you will do? So you will focus on continuous feedback and learning, or you will think about cost of rework. So the point is, in Agile, as small sprint we are going to create. So this continuous feedback oriented priority we will set, and we will change that. Correct? So the changes will be very minimalistic. But in traditional way, the rework, cost of rework, that is huge, because we discussed, remember, like 1 year you developed that platform, then some CR actually came. You changed. Now, when you are changing, means just think in a very layman language, not for software. Maybe you are creating a, suppose, a bridge. Okay, you are a civil engineer. You are creating a bridge. So you created that architecture and each and everything is developed. Now, when that final quality checking is going on of that bridge, correct? So that point of view, they are saying no. This bridge is not going to be work. Why? Because slides difference is there from that plan, or some new requirement of change requirement actually came. Now just think what happened. Whole bridge you created, that you have to collapse again, rebuild. So cost of rework is huge. So now just think what happened these days. Whole bridge not created at a time. They created part by part those bridges. After that, they installed, means assemble each and every parts. So when they're assembling those parts, they are checking like those, whatever the plan was there. So accordingly, small those changes are happening or not. Same way in software as well. When you are building a whole software, change requirement, cost of rework is huge. But if you are just giving small chunk of sprint, and again, you are getting the continuous feedback, then obviously the cost of rework is very less. Same thing, another biggest issue in traditional project management, you can see this blue line, stakeholder availability, okay, when that project is starting is huge. means at top of the peak stakeholder availability. Then once that is done, when your developer is implementing, that point of time, it's came down over here. Now, when you are delivering, again stakeholder availability is huge. But what happened in that middle time? No stakeholder is available, because wherever they are asking, you are saying, being a Scrum Master or project manager, I am right now implementing that product, so nothing to showcase over there. All are in work in progress. So wastage of time, because stakeholder is not there, no communication is happening, no interaction is happening, no feedback is coming, nothing. So it's always better to go for agile with this time, because stakeholder availability need to be there continuous fashion. Correct? Means again, go back to that bridge example. In that bridge, now just think, you created small chunk of or small parts of that bridge. Now it's time to assemble, correct? So each and every parts or chunk of that bridge, okay, individual quality analyst team, they certified. Okay, so like everything means quality, and each and everything is perfectly okay, no issue. Now when they are assembling, that point of time, QA team, now here the stakeholder or owner of that bridge or government, someone is there who is validating. So obviously that will be successful. Clear up to this?
Yes.
Kundayu, clear? Same again, that's why again and again I'm trying to showcase this. Like these 4 points is very, very vital. I'm not repeating again. I will share this whole slide, okay? Now it's coming the 4P. What is Agile 4P? Now, if you go back again, you will see we discuss about mindset, we discussed about values. Now it's come the principle. Then the last, that is the practice. Now the principle. Project, product, people, process. So these 4 things is the Agile principle, and it's called 4P. Okay, so let's dive one to one. Let's start with project. First thing first, satisfy customer with working product. Obviously, why we are creating these projects or product? Because we want to satisfy customer, so that we can earn, we can do some business over here. Correct? Changes are always welcome. We discussed. No need to repeat again. Short delivery cycles, sprint wise deliver. Okay, so each sprint is holding some stories. Now again, here I am introducing another new word in Agile, that is user story. This story is nothing, it's just a task. Okay, we will deep dive, not an issue. We will deep dive when we will check like how to create sprint, another thing, we will deep dive. This is called short delivery cycle. Like sprint 1, we are delivering 3. Sprint 2, delivering 3. So like this way. Okay. And each story is called user stories. Sustainable pace means what you are estimating, correct? What you are estimating to deliver individual sprint wise, try to deliver that. Right? Because that you only committed, means your team member only committed. Being a Scrum Master, you are not asking like you have to deliver at least 10 story in a sprint 1. You are not asking. That your team is saying, we will going to deliver in sprint 1 this 5 or this 6. Okay. So they are committed over there. But being a Scrum Master, project manager, you have to just check, yes, they are what they are committing, they are delivering or not. If they are not delivering, maybe Maybe in sprint 1, they delivered everything. Maybe in sprint 2, maybe like 2 or 3 tasks is gap is there because maybe one of your employees got sick or something happened. Maybe some lockdown shit kind of happened. Anything can happen. That's okay. So based on that, what will going to happen? You can easily understand, being a scrum master, what kind of performance is going on within your team. So in traditional project management, you can't understand, okay, middle of the project, what is their performance ratio. But in Agile or Scrum, you can easily understand through this iteration or sprint wise, what is their performance ratio right now, because what they are committing, that they are delivering or not properly. Or maybe same timeline you are following like 21 days or 15 days, but in certain time you saw in sprint 1 they took 15 days, but they took maybe 5 tasks. Maybe in sprint 2 again 15 days, but they took only 2 tasks. Now, tasks can be different. Maybe those 2 tasks only is a huge task. But again, there is a trick that we will going to learn, like a huge task, how we can break in a small task so that each and every task is look like a similar kind of, gravity or weightage. Okay, that we will discuss, don't worry. Working product as the primary measure of progress. No matter your team, no matter how good developers are there within your team, they are saying we are doing fabulous work. Team is doing like terrific work. We are like working day and nights continuously. Nothing matter until unless that product success is there. Because you are giving value. Again, think about agile values. You are giving values. So if your product is success, then only you can say, yes, your agile is implemented properly. Let's come to product. Simplicity. No matter what your client is asking for, no matter if your client is saying no, what about the UX or design you created? I want this UX like this way. Okay, argue with your client, no issue, but just be focused. Your client is not only your customer. Customer is someone else. So their educational level, their knowledge level may be different. So you have to think the design of the software, okay, or design of the bridge, or design of the house, anything. It should be simple. Okay, and it's called keep it simple, stupid. Okay, so sometime if you are giving for any interview, sometime is asked like when you are following, agile development. So what is the meaning of simplicity? Okay, technical excellence. Technology is very important for any sort of product or project management. That's for sure, that we all know. But what Agile is saying, like whatever the technology you will going to choose, don't choose based on what right now in the market is going to happen. Always try to focus in a balanced position. Like right now, this technology is really good, and next 3 to 5 years, that technology will be there. That technology will going to survive the market. Why so? Because obviously you are not creating that product or project for only 1 year or 2 years, correct? So obviously you want that product or project at least survive in the market 5 years. Then only you can see the revenue. So this technical excellence is required when it's come product. In Agile 4P, this is the product part. Simplicity, technical excellence. Next is coming people. Most and foremost perfect thing, that is face-to-face communication. no matter how good you are over the phone, how good you are convincing your people, how good you are managing, there is a no communication gap, but always try to go for face-to-face communication. See, right now, I know you guys, whoever is learning this Agile Scrum, correct? Maybe your camera is not okay. Okay, maybe you are in a different location right now. So in this course, we actually said like, let's not go to like face-to-face communication for the time being, correct? But again, for this course also, if I am splitting this individuals class as a sprint, correct? So what is going to happen? Our face-to-face communication is being much more fruitful rather than I am just speaking, you are listening. I don't know when you are listening, maybe you are doing something else or not. Maybe. So face-to-face communication, when you are building a project and product, that is very important. So what happened actually? Why we believed on face-to-face communication? Because when we all know, correct, like sender and receiver are there, we are giving like message and feedback. So obviously like each and every part of these slides, when I'm covering, I'm asking for a feedback. Like you guys are understood. Is there anything that I need to discuss again? You are saying, no, it's perfectly okay. I understood. Sab thik ache. Correct? So it's basically giving me feedback. And then only again, I'm going forward. Correct? Now, when I'm delivering through this online channel, obviously, few times maybe some noises are coming. Few times maybe you can't hear me properly because of this internet glitches and all. Correct? But just think, if we are doing this meeting face to face, okay, like a old classroom, obviously that's always better. That's why our traditional education system also still believe on the classroom concept. But that is, again, the boundary is there, the cost is there. So we choose the digital platform. So once like 2G, 3G, 4G, this network is changing, obviously the communication is much more prominent without any noise, without any interference. But still, for this also, this Zoom, Google Hangout, Skype, if you are going, they all are giving audio, video, not only audio, because of only one reason, is face-to-face communication. Now for your project and product as well, when you are developing, if you are doing any sort of meeting with your customer or your client or your business, go for face-to-face communication rather than all bullshit emails, chats and everything. Because chat don't give you emotion, because that's a professional field, correct? So you can't send emojis over there. So this is just a research over here. Like if you see the vertical arrow, it's saying communication effectiveness, and right hand side, this horizontal line is saying richness of communication channel. So everything is there, okay? But at very top, very top, that is there face-to-face at whiteboard. Not only face-to-face conversation, but again, face-to-face at whiteboard. That is the super duper effective. That's why whenever I am also delivering this thing to you, if you remember, I am writing something. Maybe you can't see me, we can't see each other, but I'm writing something. Today I'm not writing, that's okay, because those topics are self-explanatory, nothing to write. But when I'm writing over here, when I'm explaining, correct? Unintentionally, I'm connecting with you, because when I'm writing, you are also reading from that. Maybe you are not reading very loudly, but unknowingly you are reading in your mind only. So remember, like, okay, Punay, are you there?
Yes.
You know, you are a teacher, correct? So you remember, like you also said maybe multiple times to your student, like when you are reading something or writing something, correct? Say it loud, okay? Try to read and write after that, correct? This is the main point why we are saying, okay? Like when we are doing meeting face to face, that's perfectly okay. But when we are writing our agendas, our topic, our backlogs, the feedbacks, so everyone will be focused over there. Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose two-person is communicating and third person and fourth person, maybe they are just listening, or maybe in their mind something is going on, because they know these two people are only discussing. I can't participate because that's not my domain. But again, just think, if I am writing those topics or something in that whiteboard, no matter you know or don't know, obviously your eyes will be over there and you will going to read them. Clear? So same thing is there. I'm not repeating again and again. Okay. This is very, very vital point. Customer as a team member. Okay. Jayanto, can you explain this point?
Sure. Like when you are working as in a project, okay, so it's better to like thinking him or her as a customer. It's better to tell him to join in every sprint meeting or kind of that.
Not like that appropriately, but yes, partially correct. What is going to happen, like each and every week, if you are going for a meeting, okay, with that customer, or if you are not actually, very transparent with your customer, maybe some big issue or blocker is there. Okay. Now, being a scrum master or project manager, suppose you are trying to save your employees' ass. Okay, that's possible. But sometime you also be very transparent. Like you have to say, see, this is the issue is going on. Correct? So if you can help us, you can also help us because we are a team. So don't make them feel your customer is like they are only customer, means they are giving money. So that's all done, nothing else. No involvement. Involve them. Involve them. Like in this session only, as I just asked you, Jayanto, like, can you tell me the customer as a team member? Maybe right now I am the mentor and you are just learning over here, but I am giving you the opportunity to say this one. I am treating you as a team member of this mentorship as well. Correct? So you know, you don't know, but that's okay. But that engagement is there.
Okay. Yeah.
Same for Agile, being a Scrum Master, you always give customer as a team member preference. Correct? Because based on their feedback only, you are creating or you are giving some value to the all other customer. Now, this is again another very, very vital point. Self-managed teams. Maybe you started this project or product. Maybe you don't know about the Agile or Scrum thing. You don't know. That's okay. First 2 to 3 months, give them the hands-on how Scrum work, how Agile work. Okay. After that, never ever tell them what they need to do, because you are not a SME, subject matter expert in the development sector. If you are not a subject matter expert in the development sector, never tell them what they need to do. Tell them the requirement, clear the requirement, give them all kinds of, whatever the thing they require, give them everything. But never tell them what they need to do. They will commit, they will plan, they will give you the value. So your team in Scrum or Agile methodology, it will be self-managed teams. If they are not self-managed teams, that's mean they don't know how project and product work. They don't know about the requirement. Because if you know clearly what you need to do, obviously being a Scrum Master or project manager, you no need to tell like this is the logic you have to follow only. So they will only follow, they will never going to improve. So Agile and Scrum is saying your team is need to be self-managed teams. And very last, trust and support. Obviously that is self-explanatory, I'm not saying. Next I'm coming to process. Now process, as we already saw, let's go back again. We are saying individual and interaction over processes and tools. Now you can ask me, then why you are saying about the process, correct? These process and other project management processes are different. This process is saying, remember we discussed about Scrum retrospective meeting. We discussed about Scrum review meeting. So what is that? That is what you did in your current sprint. Based on that, you have to adjust yourself. If you are thinking any blockers is there, say there's blocker, clear that blocker as soon as possible. Your Scrum Master project management is not going to clear your blocker. That is your blocker. You are a self-managed team. You have to clear with others. Now, for that clearance, if any blockers is coming, because the previous blocker may be on your subject, maybe in development, maybe in design, maybe in quality testing, maybe in something else. So your Scrum Master don't know about those parts because he or she is specialized on Agile and Scrum only. So you have to clear that, you have to adjust that, you have to reflect that, yes, this is the blocker I have. But when you are mitigating that blockers, suppose some blockers again, top of that blockers, another blocker came, over there, your Scrum Master project manager help is required. So the process is reflect and adjust. Maybe you are thinking within 15 days, this current milestone is not going to happen. Just give me 1 minute. Huh? So what I'm saying, suppose you decided like 15-day sprint, okay? Now you saw like, yes, I can't deliver this sprint without this particular story, user story or a task, okay? So then maybe suddenly you change that 15 days sprint time to 21 days. Yes, you can do that, not an issue. Maybe you now you changed, correct? Now your stakeholder don't know about that information. Now you have to reflect that. You make that adjustment, but you never reflect that. So for that reflection, again, you call a stakeholder meeting. Like all the owners will be there, your Scrum Master will be there. Now, very transparent way, you are explaining, being a Scrum Master, why you make that certain decision. Obviously, no one going to say you like, don't do that because only 6 days is there. But The major thing, major improvement, what is going to happen? Again, you are not just delivering, you are giving the value. And for that, the process, what you actually acquired, nothing, no bookish thing, only you reflect and you adjust. That's all done. So we covered Agile 4P. Okay. Now think again. Day 2, we discussed about traditional thing. Day 1, we discussed about the Agile overview and traditional overview. Today, partly we covered Agile 4P, means mindset, value, principle, practices, this part. So now it's totally clear the difference between traditional and Agile work. Let's check two major things. One, call of uncertainty. Punayu, can you unmute once and tell me what is this? Means what you are understanding from here? Can you hear me, Punayu? Okay, yeah. Take your time. Check, understand, better.
No, sir. Actually, I don't getting it.
Okay, cool. Janto?
They are not getting bush like.
So this is called con of uncertainty. Means when you are planning something, okay, at the very beginning, in the left-hand side, when you are planning something, start with bit slow, okay, and don't promise anything. Okay, because that's a uncertain thing, because that requirement you got, maybe that project you never worked, and that point of time only, if you are making some promise, yeah, don't worry, I will deliver this within this date, blah blah blah, each and everything, correct? And you like started your work like anything, like 2x 4x speed, correct? Now what will going to happen? The too much danger thing will be there. That's why that danger skeleton icon is there. Why? You don't know what to deliver, how to deliver, when to deliver, correct? And like randomly you started working on that. So it's always better when you are giving the estimation or variability, that point of time, like the inception time in the left hand side, start with bits with your estimation, slowly create those sprint. If possible, make a POC, that is proof of concept. Okay. Once you are confident with the estimation, with your team, with your Scrum or Agile team, with your technology, with your customer, with your simplicity, then only make the promise and then go forward with the done. So this is called con of uncertainty. Clear? Yeah.
Sir, I have a question that don't at first we started at very high speed to complete the work, but this makes dangerous. This is dangerous. But at the 0.25x means 1/4 speed is when 1/4 speed is there. Inception, elaboration, construction done. Why that sun is here?
Sun is there because see in left hand side that 0.25x, that is estimation, okay, and in top 1.25x 2x 4x, that's the variability. Okay. Now, inception means when you are dreaming something. Okay, you dreamed, that means that requirement, what you got from your client or customer, that you dream that you have to create. Okay. Now just think, you dream so fast. Maybe you are not developing anything, you are a client, you dream so fast, like you overskip multiple things. And you never elaborate your dream or your inception to anyone else. If you are not discussing your dream, obviously from your side, that's the ultimate dream you have. But when you are discussing something with someone else, maybe the point of view, the other parameter he or she can add, or maybe deduct that.
Yes.
So that's why saying, at the time of planning, slowly start. Okay, no matter if you are a client, then make that plan very slowly, then elaborate and construct. Now see, at the time of construct, okay, that sun is there. Now when your inception happened, you elaborate to someone, everything is fixed, no issues are there. Now you are start constructing that product or that idea or that dream. Obviously that will be helpful. But you dream, that means I'm just saying, let's start from tomorrow. You are a Scrum Master. Okay, I'm giving you an opportunity in this company. Just go and join. Okay, now you are thinking, yes, I know about Agile because I know about the 4P, Iron Triangle, Quantum Uncertainty, how those sprints and other things is working. Okay, now you jump. Now what will happen when some other questions are coming? Maybe you never thought. Those questions are asking by your team member to whom you are managing. Obviously, you don't know how that practical thing is going to work.
Yes.
Now what happened? So the inception in your mind as a Purnayu, that is, I want to learn Agile and Scrum. So that is your inception. Now, right now, when I'm elaborating this thing to you and you are understanding that, that's the elaboration part. When I will give you some projects to do to you or someone else, that point of time, that will be construction. You are making yourself very much constructive over there. And when you are submitting and rechecking, like, yes, how much knowledge you acquire from this total course, what about your project, that is good or bad, then we can say, yes, it's done.
Okay.
Okay, good. Jayanto, clear?
Yes, boss.
Now, this is the last thing for today. Again, Agile Iron Triangle. Remember last day we saw about this one?
Yes.
Iron Triangle. So this is just a high version. So what we conclude from day 2 to day 3, this one only, like how traditional project management work, how Agile use work, is just a reverse. Remember last day in day 2, I said like Agile work in a totally reverse way, but I never explained how. But today we saw how Agile work and it's different from traditional. So again, I'm repeating, in traditional way, scope is fixed and we are estimating resource and time, correct?
Yeah.
But in Agile, time and resource is fixed. Scope that we are working means, suppose you are saying within 6 months, I want to stay in this home, okay? So no matter if you are finishing or not, at least 2 rooms you have to finish. And you have to work with 2 resources only. So 6 months, that timeline is fixed. 2 resource that is fixed. Now you are expecting these 2 room or 1 room have to be finished. So that's the scope that you are estimating. Or maybe your labor or Rajmistri, that person only saying, yes, I can finish only 1 room within that time. You are saying that's okay. I can stay over there slowly, then go for the other room. Okay, this is agile. But for traditional, what you will say, I need a whole house, then only I will shift. But again, with agile, you can start shifting within 6 months. But with traditional thing, maybe you have to wait 2 years.
Okay.
So up to this, clear?
Yep.
Okay.
So what we saw in again, because today we covered multiple things. Reason, client don't know what they want. Reason of project failures, communication between client and project team that lagging. Too many changes and requirements are there. That's the major thing. Manifesto we saw, this is like a, again, as a values. Fourth part of agile is very important: mindset, values, principle, and practices. In mindset, we saw always be open for learning. Iteration, collaboration, and changes is required, and you have to adopt that. Focus on delivering values. There also we saw working product over comprehensive documentation, individual interaction over the process and tools, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over the following plan, how initial vision for the traditional definition work, how agile and traditional project management is working in terms of cost of reward and continuous feedback. What is the involvement? What is the, see, I'm giving the questions, okay? The question can come like this way at the time of interview, okay? Like, what is the stakeholder availability if you are maintaining your project in traditional manner and if you are maintaining in agile manner, okay? What is the core principle of agile? Individual principle is holding what are the main points. Working product as the primary measure of progress. So in agile, how you will going to measure the progress of a product? Correct. So you have to say, no matter whatever the thing we build, if particularly those part of your product is in working condition and your customer is giving continuous feedback, maybe positive, maybe negative, you are giving the opportunity to your customer being a team member, then yes, that's the success or the measurement of the progress of the product. Same, what is the simplicity? What is the technical excellence? What about the people? People means not like a resource management. People means how you are communicating, how you are getting those feedback, how you are transparent. Now in process, what is reflect and adjust? How you can adjust yourself in agile and how you can reflect. Okay. Again, that we actually close between traditional and agile. Here in column uncertainty, these four name: inception, elaboration, construction, and done. This part someone can easily ask you, like, what is the difference between inception and construction? Okay, what do you mean by done? Inception and done. When inception means you form your dream, then you discussed, then you construct means you make those changes, then you implement, and lastly that is done. And another question can come: at which point being a scrum master or project manager, you should not make any promise to anyone. At very last, what is the difference between agile iron triangle and normal traditional iron triangle? Clear? I guess now if you have any question, you can ask. I'm stopping recording.